Okay, I am very passionate about this because that's something I've struggled a lot this year with. I want to show you guys why you should read the Bible and not self-help book, and why you should turn to God. Self-help book said it itself. It says self, so it's relying on yourself and your own strength. The Bible says that our flesh is weak. We cannot rely on ourselves. We are easily tempted. We are easily manipulated. We are easily influenced. In Matthew 26:41 says, keep watch and pray so that you will not give into temptation. For the spirit is willing, but the body is weak, or the flesh is weak. So the Bible tells us that even though we want to do the right thing, our body is weak, our flesh is weak. How many times we are very motivated one day and the other day we're not motivated? We are really motivated. The first week we start a program or a new diet, and the next week we fall short. Or how many times that we feel really happy, and then one moment like that we feel really sad and depressed. So we can't rely on our own self and our own emotion. And this is why it's so important, because in those moments you might be in a season where you're doing well, everything's going well, you're motivated. And that was me for so long with bodybuilding or prep. But then you get into those moments where you're tired, or you're getting a little bit weaker, and now you don't have anyone to rely on other than yourself. I believe that the question that I asked myself a lot was, how was I able to be so strong in prep and through the 10 years of bodybuilding? And I feel like this, without having God in my life, and now with God in my life, I feel weaker. And I'm struggling with being disciplined with food. God breaks down things that you glorify in your life, and that you rely on your own strength, so you can rely on Him and ask Him for strength. And that's what He did with me. But when I look back, I was really strong. I believe that even though I didn't know God at the time, I believe that God gave me a gift of strength, of resilience, and of discipline. But in prep, I was strong until I was not. I was really strong when I was in prep, and then off season I would always fall. I would always gain weight. I would always binge eat, and I would have a hard time getting out of it, because I had no one else to rely on. So I think that's the importance of knowing God, having a relationship with Him, and having a higher power, having someone who you can pray for strength, that you ask God for strength, that you can rely on. The human changes all the time, but God never changes.